I hired a friend to clean my house, and it went really bad wrong. What do you suggest, and what do you recommend so it never happens again? That's our topic for today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, if you have a question, you can go over to askahousecleaner.com, and right there's a blue button. You click on the blue button and a little microphone appears. You start talking to me just like you were leaving me a voice message, and it sucks it into the show here, and then I can answer your question on air. So askahousecleaner.com. All right, on to today's show. We have a house cleaner that wrote in, actually this is a homeowner, that wrote into the show, and she hired a personal friend to come be her house cleaner, and it did not go well. She said, what shouldn't I expect from a cleaner? I got royally burned by a friend who had a cleaning business, so I let her do our house. There were certain things that I wanted done, but when I tried to tell her, she always had an excuse. She always said that's not the way she did a certain task. It took her all day to clean part of my house. We had her clean the bedroom, the full bath, the half bath, the kitchen, the breakfast nook, the family room, the large entry hall, the dining room, and the music room. If anyone stopped by, she entered in on the conversation and the work stopped. I finally had to let her go when I looked at the baseboards in the water closet of the master bath and I realized they hadn't been touched in months. The letter goes on, but that's the gist of the conversation. So what do you do when you've hired a friend and you're trying to give them the business and then it doesn't work out? All right, so the very first thing that I want you to do is if somebody comes to you, and as much as I wish this wasn't the case, this will always be the case, and so I myself am going to get over this. I want you to get over it as well. But a friend is going to come to you and they're going to say, hey, can I clean your house? Because I'm starting a house cleaning business and I want to practice on your house, okay? I wished for you to say, no, I'm not a good person. Because when friends work for friends, it rarely works, okay? Let me just get that out in the open. All right, so when somebody comes to you and they say, can I practice on your house? I want your answer to be yes. Can I practice being your customer? Okay, so I want you to treat them as if you are the customer. Okay, so I want you to come to my house and do a walkthrough so that you can get the practice that you need. Please, can you come to my house at this specific time? And then make an appointment at a specific time. And let them know I expect you to be on time. Don't show up late. Be on time. You are practicing on me. Okay, so they're going to come to your house. And then as the customer, you're going to walk exactly through your house as you would if it was someone you were not related to or somebody you did not know as a personal friend. And I do not want you to give them any mercy. If you have a question or an expectation that you would give to any other cleaning company, I want you to give it to your friend. And say, hey, listen, this is really important to me. Are you capable of doing this? Because if you need your baseboards clean, and then months are going to go by and they say, oh, that's not the way we do things, that's the wrong house cleaner for you. And you need to be able to have those conversations with your friend. Now, you said in this letter that you went on for months. So I'm guessing you gave her a chance for months, which is awesome of you. But those expectations have to be set up front. Okay, so on the walkthrough, after you've articulated what is important to you, then you need a price back. And so if they're just kind of winging it because they're getting started in the business and they're not really sure, I can't hire you until you give me a firm price. Because as a homeowner, I have a budget. And so I have to put house cleaning in my budget so you can get paid. Every house that you go to as a business owner is going to need your price so that they can say yes or no to your price. So I will not say yes until you give me a firm price, all right? And then stick to that. If they say, here's the price, and then they come to clean, and in this particular case, you said she took much longer than was expected. So if they give you a time range, then you need to say, because I'm your friend, I'm going to give you the honest feedback, all right? As if I'm a customer. You took way too long to clean this part of the house. I expected it would be done in about 2.5 hours, and instead you took 5 hours or 6 hours or whatever it ended up being. Not acceptable. So if we can't get it back to 2.5 hours, this conversation's over because I have to go back and hire somebody that can do the job in the right amount of time. And you need to be really forthright with them because they're using you as practice, okay? So this is the only time that you really get to be so bold, if you will. All right, then the next thing is, you said when customers came, or friends of yours, or whoever it was that came, she entered into the conversation. Whoa, Not acceptable. If you're working and you're doing your business, she should be working doing her business and not interfering with you. So right up front, we need to stop that and just say, hey, I would love for you to meet my friend, and I would love for us to be able to have a chat. Maybe we could all grab coffee together sometime. Right now, you're on the clock and you're working. I'm going to let you get back to your job. Right now, I'm on the clock and I'm working. I'm going to get back to my job. So instead of us all sharing in this moment, let me let you get back to your job. And then excuse yourself and invite your friend in another room where the house cleaner can keep working and be uninterrupted by you, okay? But you have to have very firm boundaries, especially if it's your friend that you've hired, because right now the boundaries don't exist. And so every time you let that push just a little bit and you let her in on the conversation and you're being nice to her because, I don't know, you're just a nice person, because you're being nice to her and you're involving her in the conversation, what's happening is you are enabling her to continue this behavior next time she comes. It's not okay. She is not part of your conversation, especially if it's a client that's coming to your house, okay? Not okay. She needs to be doing her thing. You need to be doing your thing. Okay, then the next part is months went by without the baseboards being cleaned. Okay, so first, you got to say, hey, listen, I checked off your checklist, and because I'm your friend, I'm supposed to give you honest feedback because you're practicing on my house. And so the baseboards are not done. And I'm really disappointed. As a regular customer, this is the moment where I would let you go. And I would say, you're fired because the job that I expected that you agreed to do is not done. Okay? I paid the money. I kept my end of the bargain. You did not keep your end of the bargain. When you try to have a conversation with her, and she's like, oh, that's not how I clean things. Okay, my house needs to be cleaned a certain way to meet my personal standards. And so if you're not the right cleaning person, this was awesome practice. Thanks so much for practicing on me, but you're not the right house cleaner for my house. And so as a customer, any customer would have this honest conversation, and they would say, you're no longer the right house cleaner if this is not how you clean. So thanks very much, but going for months with dirty baseboards doesn't cut it. See ya. And then you have to let them go. So I love the fact that you tried to help your friend. I think it's amazing of you. And as much as I would encourage you not to hire friends and family for this very reason, if a friend comes to you, if a family member comes to you and they say, can I practice on you? And you are willing to do it, again, act as if you are a customer, pay them as if you are a customer, give them the honest feedback as if they're a customer. If it doesn't pass inspection, call them back and have them activate their satisfaction guarantee as if they were a regular house cleaning company and you were a regular customer. Because if you are training them to be in business, you're not going to train them anything if you enable their behaviors along the way. All that does is it hurts them and it makes them think, oh, well, I can pull this off with another customer. No, you can't. That's not how you stay in business. All right. I'm sorry that that happened to you. But thanks for sharing with us because this allowed us to have this conversation. All right, if you found this helpful, jump down in the notes below, leave me a comment, ask your questions, give me some feedback, tell me what's going on with you. Did you ever hire a friend or family, and how did it work out? All right, until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.